And we are sort of back. I'm not done setting stuff up yet, but... Okay, trying to figure out where I was last time. First, I need to grab some stuff. That's important for me to stay awake. Honestly, if I don't stop playing this game, I might get back into true crime podcasts. True crime podcasts? True crime podcasts. I can speak English. Hopefully. Hold on, I gotta take this. It's important. I swear I'm almost done, chat. I swear. I'm almost done. I talk like there are people here, but there aren't. Not that I know of, at least, you know. I can open this and see. It says 1, there's no one there. That's what I was gonna do. Because I need to embed this first. No, I don't want to extract the text from the post. I want to highlight it so it can put the funny... Okay, I can do one more ask. Objection! Well, maybe the noise wasn't all that memorable. Objection. But according to Mr. Wright's testimony, it was a sharp noise, like a snap. There's no way a noise like that could fail to make an impression. Oh yeah, that's right, I was doing a John Mulaney voice for that guy. Funny how things work out. I was watching John Mulaney last night. That's hilarious. May I have a moment to answer? But by all means! I know the reason why I didn't hear the noise. You see, the truth is, I had my headphones on and I was listening to music at the time. Headphones? You mean that both of your ears were covered? The rain was just beginning to let up. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his Hold on, what? Thor? Why are they bringing that up? Oh boy. I'm trying to do like 3 things at once and it's not working out for me. Because I just want to answer this one thing on Tumblr before I disappear from the universe entirely. Okay, there we go. We're back. I'm gonna try and stay consistent here. But it seemed as though Thor wasn't ready for his fun to come to an end yet. So the sky continued to flash and rumble. Thunder and lightning, huh? Yes, I'm afraid of the sound of thunder, so I put my headphones on to block it out. Well, Your Honor, as you can see, there weren't any contradictions in her testimony after all. Wait a sec, Mia. That testimony now. She said something that could totally change this whole case. There was lightning? As far as I remember, there was no lightning, right? Hold on. Checking my court record. I mean, there was rain, but... Okay. She was listening to music. I don't know what I should say here. So I'm going... What did she... What is this problem? This is bad, Mia. If you don't do something, we're going to lose this. Think again. What is it about this testimony that doesn't make sense? She said something that would... Okay, well, I can just go ahead and... There was lightning. Your Honor, there is a problem with the witness's testimony.
What do you mean?
Didn't you notice? She said there was lightning, correct?
Yes. What about it?
Well, lightning is actually a large discharge of electricity in the atmosphere, am I right?
Now's not the time for a science lesson, Miss Fay.
Yes, Your Honor. Anyway, since the cause of death was electrocution, isn't it possible that the victim died from being hit by a bolt of lightning?
I must admit that the thought had not occurred to me.
Just what kind of thoughts do occur to this guy anyway? I want to know. Oh, shit! Hi! I didn't actually think you dropped by. I was genuinely surprised by that. This entire case is built on the premise that Mr. Doug Swallow was murdered. But that very premise itself is mistaken. The defense believes that Mr. Swallow was in fact the victim of a stray bolt. Stray bolt.
It appears that the defense may be onto something. Could it be that the death was actually accidental?
Alright, you did it, Mia. I'll be taking that knock. Gosh dang it! I knew it wouldn't be that easy. I'm hurt that you have so low of an... I'm great at this. I'm great at this voice acting thing. Here. Ace Attorney is like a double-edged sword, because it is a fun game to watch, but if you don't have critical thinking skills, this game sucks to get through. It's not fun, because you don't know what's going on. I'm hurt that you have such a low opinion of me, Miss Fay. I'm not a fool, you know. The prosecution has done its research, Your Honor. We found that there were no lightning strikes on that day at the location. What's more, we have evidence that the electrical cable is definitely linked to this case.
Evidence? Mr. Payne, well, what is this evidence?
Okay, what's going on right now is our protagonist later in the game is being tried for murder. This is just the tutorial case for the third game in the series, which I bought in like kind of a merge pack or whatever they call it. This affidavit.
And who is this affidavit from?
The pharmacology students who were conducting experiments in their labs that day, because they were over on the bench. They're not actually on the bench.
Hello?
The judge's voice. Allow me to read out to the court the testimony of the pharmacology students who were definitely there on that day and definitely are not sitting over on the bench. All equipment in the labs lost power all of a sudden around 3 p.m. that day.
What is it? Was it a blackout? I don't know who I am.
I sound like Joe Biden. I don't know where I am, and I'm here. All the lab's equipments run on high voltage, Your Honor. So you're saying the equipment lost power because... Precisely. They lost power because of the severed electrical cable. The power outage occurred at approximately 3 p.m.
Which fits with the time of death listed in the autopsy report.
Exactly. In other words, the victim died as a result of touching the severed electrical cable. According to the students, the cables were very old. They were planning on having them replaced in the near future.
I see.
Apparently, the cables had become so brittle that even the smallest bump would have caused them to break. This sounds like a load of BS. If I know anything about electrical cords... That's just you on a daily basis, just not knowing where you are, not knowing anything. That's a little strange, but you know what? Sure. I can understand that. That's me at work all the time, actually. It's just me constantly at work.
Then it wouldn't have been snapped if bumped into, correct?
I can't do the voice right now, because I drank coffee. Well, I suppose you could say that.
Miss Faye, do you have any thoughts regarding the cause of the severed cable?
Your Honor? If I don't like how this is looking one bit... You don't work. I have to work. I have to do that. I need money. I need money to keep living. If it pleases the court, the defense would like to state its opinion.
Well then, let's hear it. Who or what was it that caused the cable to break?
It was... Dahlia Hawthorne. I'm gonna accuse Dolly of breaking the cord. I want to accuse Winston Payne, though. He's fun. Imagine accusing your prosecutor of murder. You get a passport and it's like 2 months? Is that how things work over there? Like you have to have a passport before you're able to work or whatever? Or is it just because you don't have like any valid ID that they'll take? It's Dahlia Hawthorne. This is it. This is why the cable snapped.
I believe that the only thing that is snapped in the...
I like how this judge can be, like, simultaneously the dumbest character in the courtroom and then also just be, like, the most sensible person and just, like, have clapbacks that hit so hard.
I believe the only thing that is snapped is the defense mind thing. I don't know.
Ah, well. That was one of your You're damn right it was, Payne. One more chance. You think it snapped is my mind, man. Well, let's hear it. Who or what is what caused the cable to break? Maybe it was the thing. Did I get a penalty from that? I did not get a penalty for it! Ah! Who caused the cable to snap? Doug. Doug did it when he got slammed into the cable. Okay. Well, who could have possibly it been? Who or what? Maybe... Okay. Think a little bit. The cable was snapped. Doug is right there. The umbrella is on, not under him like it should have been. Who or what caused the cable to break? Maybe... Cold Killer X will do it. Drugs. Drugs is the reason that it happened. No, it's not. Okay. Well, then the only logical explanation would be Phoenix. Oh, God. We're incriminating our defendant again. Why is Mia's strategy to just incriminate your defendant as much as possible and then prove everything wrong? That don't make no sense. Wouldn't you want to be, like, not proving right like that at all? Mia, you're a little dumb, not gonna lie. I think maybe that's why you ended up getting your head bludgeoned in the first game. You were just too dumb. And God literally stepped in and had someone kill you. That sounds really bad out of context, but, like, whatever. Think back to Mr. Wright's testimony.
The defendant's testimony?
He said that after he pushed the victim, he heard a loud, sharp noise. Now, this happened at around 3 p.m., correct?
Yes, that sounds right. Wait, are you saying that...
The lab equipment lost power at 2:55 p.m., which fits in Mr. Wright's timeline. In other words, it was Mr. Wright's shove that caused the power outage. Yes, the prosecution has also come to that same conclusion, and it was that very shove that caused Mr. Swallow to be electrocuted. I'm afraid I can't agree with you there, Mr. Payne. What's that supposed to mean? Take a good look at where the victim landed after being shoved. See the umbrella? It's by the electrical pole. That's right. The victim banged into that pole as a result of being pushed. It was that impact that caused the cable to break.
Well, that makes sense. And then the victim was electrocuted.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but no, it doesn't make sense at all. If the victim was shoved into the far pole, then he couldn't have been electrocuted by this severed cable in the foreground here. In other words, someone other than my client must have electrocuted the victim. We got him. We got him. You can't think. Neither can I. I'm just bullshitting this as I go. I'm bluffing. Bluffing harder than whatever is the name of the creature that bluffs.
It's true. The defense is absolutely correct.
You act like you know that.
Mr. Judge, sir, may I say something? The Madam Attorney's explanation. She said some things that are a little different than I remember them.
Yeah, no shit, because you're a fucking liar, Dahlia. You lied. You lie about everything. You're a pathological liar.
Please, just once more. May I please testify one last time, please, Mr. Judge?
Of course it's all right. Just go right ahead and give your new testimony.
This is it. She's finally starting to show her true colors. Coffee time. I just realized how fitting that is to the theme of this game. Having coffee.
The truth is, Feeney pushed him twice. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. Then Dougie tried his best to run away from him. But Feeney caught up and crashed into him from behind. The cable snapping and Dougie being electrocuted. It all occurred in less than a minute.
No, between.
So after being shoved, the victim got up and tried to run away.
And that is when the defendant pushed him for the second time.
I'm so sorry, but I just have to tell the truth. Am I doing the right thing? Am I, Mr. Judge?
Alright.
Now then, Miss Fay, you may proceed with your central game mechanic.
Here we go. Time to be... Hold it! Miss Hawthorne, Previously in your testimony, you said the following. Actually, I didn't see the moment he pushed Dougie. I know. I'm sorry. I just wanted to protect Feeny. So that's why you basically lied to the court? I was a bad girl. I know. Mr. Judge? Oh, God.
Yes?
Would you please forgive little old me? Of course he won't! What you did is called perch-
Oh, come on now. It was just a little old white lie. We'll forget it this time, but please be more careful from now on, alright?
S to the I to the M to the P. Dahlia guilt tripping for real. She is. Absolutely. She got the men wrapped around her fingers like that. But not me. She ain't even all that hot. You're saying you actually saw the victim get pushed into the electrical pole? I know he doesn't look like it, but Feeny can be a bit of an imp when he wants to be. Oh, really? But I never imagined that he would cause an electrical cable to break. Feeny is really scary when he gets mad.
Yes, he sounds like a very dangerous individual indeed.
Phoenix Wright getting angry is like, it's like one of those cat images where it's like, me angry, no me no talk, or whatever. That's Phoenix Wright when he gets mad. I'm not even kidding. So let me get this straight. I'm somewhere that I wouldn't exactly call home. I'm seeing freaking darkners. I can't recite that. I don't even know the full copy pasta. Okay. Me angry, me no talk. Miss Faye, I'll have to ask you to stop badgering the witness. I wasn't happy. I was so scared I couldn't even move. All I could do was stand there and cheer them on. Shut the fuck up. Cheer them on? What do you mean by that? Well, I wish the best for them both. And that they would give each other the fight. What? Did I miss a line of dialogue? What is going on? They're fighting each other now? It's funny how you're the only one here for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, yeah, ain't that wonderful. You ain't believing the one, like. I keep getting likes on my OFA posts. I don't need that right now. I don't need likes. I need dopamine. And what happened after that? That doesn't sound quite right. There were handprints found on the chest of the victim's leather jacket. Mr. Payne, were there also prints found on the back of his leather jacket? No, there weren't. Madam Faye, may I suggest you listen a little more carefully? I said that he crashed into him from behind, yes? My Feeny wouldn't leave any prints behind in that case, would he? Boy statue. Why is the time so fast? You're enjoying your time, that's why. You know what they say, time flies when you're having fun. Or when you're doing something you absolutely hate. Somehow. Sometimes. Possibly. Did you actually witness the moment the victim was electrocuted? I'm sorry, I didn't actually see it. I turned my eyes away. That's understandable.
Yes, indeed. It would have been a horrible sight for anyone to behold.
I don't figure out the contradiction here, it's all over. I don't even know. Well, I know why I laughed, actually. I saw that. A little server for funsies. You voice act Dahlia. Must be a hole in this testimony somewhere. The truth is... I don't think... I mean, it could definitely occur in less than a minute. But caught up and crashed into him from behind? I don't know about that one, Chief. And I don't really know how I feel about broadcasting someone to the whole world. The first time was into the electrical pole. That's when the cable broke. And then he tried his best to run away from him. Caught up and crashed into him from behind. Okay, hold on. I'm checking my court record. Okay, so he fell on top of the umbrella. That's when the loud sound happened. That was there. Then at what point would... There had to have been a struggle of some kind for... Oh, that's the contradiction! Because when the cable snapped, that was... I got it! There it is! I object! I'm afraid I don't understand. You will in a minute. Could you please look at this picture? Oh, that medicine. That's the one Feeny likes to take for his cold. It's not the medicine I want you to look at. It's the wristwatch. It stopped at the precise time the victim was electrocuted. In other words, 3:05 p.m.
Yes, and your point is, Miss Faye?
My point is this. What time was it when the lab suffered the power outage due to the cable snapping? Well, according to the student's testimony, the answer is clear. It was 2:55 p.m. Yeah! I'm putting that in the extended cut of this video. When I edit it, I'm gonna put that scream in there. I'm just gonna put it everywhere. Like, every time something mildly inconvenient happens in the cases going forward, it's just gonna be that scream. Coffee. Would you care to explain to the court, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, what exactly happened during this 10-minute interval? The defense proposes that it was during this interval that the real murderer killed Mr. Doug Swallow. I still can't figure out the name pun for this. Doug Swallow. Usually these characters, every single second of the video just be... It'll be like one of those, those videos people make where, like, it's just the sound effect, but then they turn it into a song. It's just gonna be that. But it's gonna be, like, something silly. I don't know what song it would be, but it would be a song. That this is nonsense, the real murderer. You can't even deny the time between the cable break and the electrocution are completely unaccounted for. Then who was it? Who else are you saying could have done it? I love when she does that hair flip. It feels like a very early 2000s, like people would do that in the early 2000s, I think. From what I remember from media from back then. It was like, that was a thing people did to seem cool or to seem, like, pretty. Because I watched a lot of Disney Channel as a kid. Only after my client had left the scene. Was there a window of opportunity for the real killer?
Miss Faye, is the defense ready to indict someone as this real killer?
Oh yeah, I know who I'm indicting. It's finally time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Yes, Your Honor. We are ready.
Very well. But remember, if you accuse the wrong person, you will be penalized.
I'm gonna save. Because I want to do a joke.
Think very carefully before you speak, Miss Faye. Now then, Miss Faye, let's have it. Who is the real killer?
It was her. It could only have been you, Dahlia Hawthorne. Wah! Wah, Luigi. The defense is grasping at straws. 10 minutes passed between the time of the cable broke. I wonder if people would believe that I'm an American after they hear me mess up basic reading like that. Actually, they probably would. Americans are dumb as hell. Including me, frankly. I think we're all pretty freaking dumb. Don't know how to run our country. We let old people do it all the time. They're ruining everything. This is not supposed to be about politics. This is supposed to be about... Well, I guess law is politics, but like... Whatever. 10 minutes passed between... Forget it. You probably read it by now. What exactly were you doing that whole time, Miss Hawthorne? Were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe that you didn't lift a finger to stop the men dearest to you.
Order! Order, Miss Faye! What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his own death by your very own hands. How can you say something so mean, Madame Faye? I didn't do anything.
Miss Faye, this is a very serious change that you are...
Phoenix! Let's go! He's back! Your Honor, please! I have something I want to say.
You! What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said you just now from the record. What the? Are you daft, punk? You're totally wrong, Miss Faye. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man and twist his balls.
I really just said that. He's gotten himself way over his head. Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back. It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the He did. Nicky Boy was just out of nowhere. Found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping. Police. Thank you so much. This is exactly... You better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend. I'm not okay.
Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, May I interrupt you for a moment, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. Sniffle. That is, go right ahead. Madam Faye, are you seriously accusing my killing? Yeah, I am. I am accusing you of murdering people. What the hell? What was that? Where did that come from? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright. I told you that you should. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
I told you that you should let me handle this.
Weep.
Sorry, please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little old me to bear.
Ah, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth would her motive be. Your motive is that you want that frickin' necklace back. I know this. I figured it out. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, that same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? About what?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What could that possibly have to do with this case? The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant, am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she did, in fact, have a very good reason.
Very well, then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a little bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge.
Get ready for the battle of your life, bitch. You're multitasking here and Discord. That's, you know what, that's more than I can do, so I salute that.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courtroom's basement reading room.
Wow. I forgot. Honestly, I forgot. I think it's YouTube chat that has a like a character limit, right? Doesn't it? I'm gonna double check that. I'm gonna log into my stream to check it. Because I'm like 8% sure that's actually the case. What the heck is this? Okay. Yeah, it does have a character limit. That's strange to me. You love characters like Dahlia Hawthorne who are willing to, like, cover up murder that they committed with someone else. And subsequently also be, like, the main villain of the game. Because, like, she just doesn't know how to stop getting involved with murder plots. Flood the chat up with funny moments from your boyfriend.
It's like we were destined to meet in this very room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fateful day.
Phoenix, what are you doing here?
Phoenix is just screaming. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court. And I will twist your balls again.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her. Fuck yeah. We're gonna go get her. We're gonna get her life in prison and the death penalty somehow.
I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago.
Hold it! So until that time, you had been dating Doug Swallow.
Yes, I'm a real fool, you know. Letting my emotions change so quickly, I'm ashamed of myself.
Oh, so she's a slut. I said that out loud. That was not. No, I did not mean to say that out loud. That was just a thought that passed through my head, and I let it out. Oh my god. Well, if this stream isn't getting taken down for the amount of swearing in it already, and the amount of jokes that are not YouTube friendly, it is now.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho! I'm Santa Claus.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Like, I don't know. Voice work. Despite that, however, he will always hand down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Jajini. The Great Jajini! As in a spoof on the Great Houdini. I can't, dude. This game is already making me laugh so much in the first, like, case of the game. This is a testament to Shu Takami's writing. It's great. The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madam Faye. After all, Feeney was not only an art student, but he was planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room? I feel like that question could be answered very easily, but I want to see what Dahlia's... Oh, she's not going to respond. This line of questioning is a waste of time and has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Faye, I'm warning you. If this has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case...
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. Keep pressing. Your Honor, if you'll allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courtroom reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I had come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. See, there it is, right there. A simple explanation. Hold it. You were writing a paper on what? On the relationship between modern Senjutsu... I can't pronounce Japanese words without sounding like a complete idiot. Senjutsu. Is that how I say it? I'm gonna look... No, I'm not gonna look that up. On modern poetry and the criminal underworld.
Ho ho ho! That sounds like a fascinating research idea.
Am I getting old? Now I've even forgotten what I've forgotten. Again with the midlife crisis stuff? Mia, why did that girl really come to this courthouse? Isn't that what you wanted to know? And speaking of forgetting things, you haven't forgotten the police report, have you? I went through a lot of trouble to get it, my dear, so be sure to read it carefully. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. Okay. I think I know what I have to object with here. Objection, bitch. I need to stop doing that. It is like too early in the morning for me to be doing this. To be swearing like a sailor, I mean. Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason? What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Faye? 8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy. Another tragedy?
You mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect is listed of that... The name of that suspect... The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. She was the prime suspect in the criminal case just 8 years ago. Or 8 months ago. Not 8 years ago. Not that long ago.
Order! 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 This is unbelievable.
It's true then.
the loveliest rose can hide.
Miss Faye, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness under an unrelated case. I, Winston Payne, will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Express some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the two times together. Now I just gotta stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Ooh.
He's talking about his freaking hemorrhoids again. Why? Why did they make this the thing with this character? Why would they do this to Mr. Grossberg? He was such a fun character in the first game who was nothing like this. And I like that. Why do they have to add this personality trait to him? Grossberg, more like gross butt. Oh my god, that's probably the joke, isn't it? That's the naming joke right there. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that. Oh my lord, okay. I'm sitting on the grind right now, how can I be high? I'm looking at my phone notifications, I got a reply from something on Twitter, it's like, weird.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you've heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just out of tricks. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger? Aha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and that self-confidence. Absolutely smashing. Wait, wouldn't the only way for that to be happening would be like, I'm thinking about something else completely from the case. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in that cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was a lethal liquid poison. Okay, we gotta kind of get some exposition on this. Hold on. What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident where I was caught up when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was? That has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case. Does it, though? I'm trying to turn the gears in my head here and figure it out. What is it really going on here?
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, do you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was born under a bad sign. Don't worry, Dolly! I'll protect you!
You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady.
Weren't you just badgering Phoenix a couple minutes ago about this exact thing? About him not being able to, like, control himself in court? Oh my god, it's like the judge just changes his ideals from... I need to press this, hold on. How long were you gone? I've already answered all those questions for the police, but if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes.
And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What were you saying, Miss Faye? I'm not gonna say that because it's a little weird for me to say out loud, but like, take this in for a second. You heard the defendant, Miss Faye. Better luck next time. Your objection was sustained. No, it wasn't. It's stupid. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons? 2 teaspoons, dummy! My bottle of eye drops says it's...
My bottle of eye drops says it's 1/2 fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? Phoenix, I know. It's just... I'm sorry you had to see that. The poison was found in that lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh? And where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry. All I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive.
I was away, man. My mom had skill box and email passwords. Ouch. So you're like the IT person of your family, I guess. That's not me. That's my little brother. He's the IT person. Me, I'm just the guy who screams at the screen in the video game. That's the reason they didn't arrest you, because no one could show how you could have gotten the poison? I think that's a good enough reason, Madam Faye. She's right. And I think we've had enough of all of Miss Quay's questions. So in essence, the main reason... I know how she did it! I skipped far too ahead, so now I can't... Okay, hold on. I object, Your Honor. This is how she got the poison. Ooh. I don't like that. Objection denied. Try to think it over again. You gave him that necklace. Special kind of poison. Okay, hold on. Armando ingested poison while interviewing suspect regarding another case. Coffee. No poison found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's cup. I know how it happened, but I can't say anything about it. Could kill 5 horses with 3 teaspoons. It probably could. If 5 horses were able to drink 2 teaspoons and share it, yeah, it could probably kill them. Okay, what's the contradiction here? It's a special kind of poison. Lethal at just 2 teaspoons. I'm gonna save here, actually, real quick. And then again, it's like, assuming that 5 horses would share the 2 teaspoons. I don't think they would, frankly. I don't think 2 horses would want to... Just got here, and what? The ever-loving is going on. Quite a lot. Was this a scheduled post from Iway? I wonder. I don't know. I wonder who it was the last time. I'm trying to figure out who is doing the thing. You discussed something in the cafeteria that day. Left the seat for just a moment. That's when it happened. Liquid poison. Force feed 10 horses 4 teaspoons of lethal. What? That's not a very nice thing to do to horses. I mean, they're like a form of transportation. They take you places if you're nice to them. Or if you whip them. That also works. Typically, whipping things to get them to do things usually works, though. Someone's gonna take that out of context. I feel like they will. That's why I said the word things and not creatures. Or something like that. Okay, hold on. What? Okay, so it's almost untraceable. Because what I know about this case is that this little present right here, this is how she gets the poison out of there. But, I want to check this. Time of date. Trying to figure it out. What do I need to object with? That's the question. Did I press everything I could have? Okay, that doesn't really reveal anything. Hold on, what did she say there? That might be... How did the criminal get something like that? We have to find a way to prove that Dolly would have been able to get it. Okay, well, how do we prove that Dahlia is the one who could have gotten it? Oh, I figured it out. I figured it out. I figured it out. You do know. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison? I don't believe you. In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab. We got him.
But boyfriend, you mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University. If I were Big Brain, I would have gotten that a lot faster. Pharmacology! His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could have never attained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, it seems you had access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping the poison into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at his very table. You! You still call me? Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
could it be?
But that's nothing because...
May I say something, Madam Faye?
What is it, Miss Hawthorne?
The amount of poison in the coffee cup was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
This is it. This is where we present the necklace.
I didn't find a suspicious container anywhere.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madam, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She's got me good with... Of course, you didn't think you could just, you know, lie about that and say you could just bluff your way through it?
Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye.
Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're gonna lose this lead.
The police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
You're going to accuse the young lady of committing the act of murder. Then where is the container?
It's Dolly's present. You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? So that's why you passed it on to someone who had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course. So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him disguised as a present. What? But that's...
Hold on. If I would prove the necklace, I would just take it, open up the little bottle, and chug the whole bottle. Okay, but there's a reason that they can't just, like, do that. Because this has been, like, 8 months since. Phoenix won't give up the stupid bottle. And whatever trace of poison is still in there, it's probably not even valid anymore. From what I remember from, like, when I did this a long time ago.
Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness the day that the witness met and fell for Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th. The same very day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding this one piece of evidence that would give her away. No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain that if the crime lab were to analyze it, they would find a trace amount. No, Luigi.
Order in the court.
Objection. On behalf of Dolly, I object! But Mr. Wright, control yourself! I won't let you bully her like this!
Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why? Because I'm madly in love with her!
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. Mr. Wright, please, open your eyes. At this point in the trial, I think it should be obvious to everyone. The real reason that Dahlia Hawthorne is dating you... Dahlia Hawthorne was not madly in love with you. The only thing she's after is that bottle necklace you love to wear around your neck. My necklace? Back there in the waiting room, you said it yourself. Yeah, but she's so shy. Every time I see her, she always says the same thing to me. Please give it back now.
What a strange girl, asking for a present back like that.
For Dahlia Hawthorne, that necklace is irrefutable evidence of her crime. That's why she absolutely had to get it back. You're lying! But you never gave it back to her. And to make things worse for her, you insisted on showing it to everyone you met. That's why she... I don't believe you. No! That's a lie! Oh no, I know what happens now. Mia, are you alright? The defendant, he's getting away! Bailiff, hurry, after him! Mia, are you alright? Yes, I think so. That boy, he went completely insane. Where's Mr. Wright? It looks like the bailiff caught him, so he should be back soon enough. Thank goodness. Oh no! What is it? The bottle necklace! Miss Hawthorne's present! It's gone! What? That's terrible. Mr. Wright must have grabbed it when he slammed into me. Foolish boy. That's the only thing that could have saved him. Phoenix is such a crybaby right now. Phoenix is a big crybaby. He's such a big baby. But he's like my baby. So it's okay. I'm sorry. I'm afraid your apology isn't enough. Mr. Wright, what did you do with that bottle necklace? Forgive me. I'm sorry. It's okay. Just give back the necklace. I ate it. You what?
You ate it?
It was too big to swallow, so I had to chew it into little bits first, but yeah.
What is he doing now?
Your Honor, we've got to stop the trial. Mr. Wright, are you feeling okay? Does your stomach hurt? That bottle you swallowed may have had some poison left in it. It seems the defendant has proven the prosecution's case for us. Clearly, that bottle did not contain a deadly poison. How can you be so sure? I think that's obvious. As you can see, the defendant is still very much alive. As for the poison, it's more like a fledgling defense attorney's overactive imagination.
So it would seem.
No! There must be some mistake. The bottle must have not had any poison left in it. Either that, or the poison must have lost its potency. There. It's all right, rookie. Trusting your client is the most noble thing a defense attorney can do. And it's heartwarming to see that you place this much faith in Mr. Wright. But that's how it is for us on the prosecution side, too. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. Which is why I can state that your assessment of her is completely wrong. Bro ate the necklace. Yeah, he did. He ate it. He ate it. He went, he snatched that shit from us. He put it in his hand, and he looked at it, and he was thinking to himself, he's like, I know what I have to do. And he shoved that right in his mouth and started chewing on it. Honestly, I don't know how his mouth isn't bleeding, though. Like, that's made out of, like, metal and glass. That should have, you know, caused a lot of bleeding in his mouth. He should be bleeding out in his mouth right now. That's all I'm gonna say. Phoenix should be bleeding out in his mouth right now. He was a little bit too hungry. I mean, when you're a broke college student, anything looks like food. Like, I kid you not. There are incidents where I have actually eaten like paper and stuff just because I was hungry during class. So as a broke college student, I relate to Phoenix in that aspect, but not the, getting charged with murder aspect.
But in a court of law, evidence is everything.
Even after I prove so much, is she going to get away with everything?
Well, now that the suspicion surrounding Miss Hawthorne has been cleared up, I would like to proceed with the trial.
Mr. Wright? I'm sorry, Miss Faye. It totally slipped my mind. I'm really, really sorry. I know you believed in me, and I feel like I really let you down. Mr. Wright, what are you trying to say? There's something I forgot to tell you. What is it? That day I met Doug Swallow. That girl. You shouldn't see her anymore. Hey, it's none of your business. I'm telling you for your sake. If you continue to see her, it's going to be bad news. You're lying! Just listen to me. There's something you need to know about that girl. Last night, someone stole some poison from our lab. Poison? The same thing happened 8 months ago. Our drug sample was stolen. She came to the lab that time too. It could have only been her. That girl is a thief. Stop it! Don't talk about her like that! Is it true? Did he really say that? That's ridiculous! There's one more thing. After I pushed him that day, I got worried and came back to have a look. And she was there. Dolly was right there. She was crouched down next to him. She told me not to tell anyone about it. But I'm sorry, Dolly. Your Honor, this defendant is... Miss Faye, you have to tell them. Dolly didn't do it. She's innocent. So Dahlia stole poison 8 months ago, too, huh? If you put that together with Mr. Wright's testimony, then there's only one possible conclusion. The defense believes that Dahlia Hawthorne stole some poison on the night before she killed Doug Swallow.
The night before?
Okay, I gotta go real quick, but I'm gonna leave this stream up because I do plan on coming back. I just gotta go eat first, so until then, I'm going to... Yeah, Nick really just did that. He said every bit of incriminating piece of information he had on her, and he was like, but she's still innocent, though. I gotta open up my my CapCut project that I have here for intermissions, because I didn't have it open beforehand. Just so that there's a little bit of something going on, perhaps. Oh, I just launched 2 instances of it. That's not good. I don't need that. Oh, there it goes. Interface is being loaded. You know what else is loaded? My pockets. No, because this is over here. transition bit.
Got it. Oh, transition.
Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Ah. Son of a gun. Alright, there we are. Back here. I'm surprised you stayed for that entire duration, Soda. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Is that okay for me to call you that? Miss Faye.
If you're so certain of your theory, then let me ask you this.
Yeah, this is your last chance. Think carefully now. There's something that she desperately wanted to get back. Therefore...
Exactly who was Miss Dahlia Hawthorne planning to kill?
Okay. I think she wanted to kill... No, wait. She wants to kill Phoenix. Because she wants the bottle back. She was willing to go through with that and steal poison over it. She wants her bottle back. So she gotta kill Phoenix to get it. There was one person that was standing squarely in Dahlia Hawthorne's way. And that person was... Mr. Phoenix Wright! Me? That's preposterous! After all, it was Doug Swallow that was murdered. Well, it's true how things worked out. But let's remember that Mr. Swallow died of an electrocution, not poison. That person was Miss Hawthorne's planning... That person... The person that was... Bleh. Oh, that was nasty. I'm so sorry. Ah. I still have coffee in here. I was just wondering, like, is it okay to still call you Soda or whatever? Like, I don't know what names, nicknames, whatever you're okay with. The person that Miss Hawthorne was planning to poison was, in fact, you, Phoenix Wright. There's no one else that it could be.
But how can that be? I thought Mr. Wright and Mr. Hawthorne were in love.
Poor Mr. Wright. This must be killing him. Hang in there. I know that sounds like a cat poster, but it's true. As I said before, the only thing Miss Hawthorne truly cared about was the one piece of evidence linking her to that incident 8 months ago. That's right. The bottle necklace. That's all she cared about.
But even so, why? Why would she go as far to murder him?
8 months ago, just after the fall of that attorney in the basement cafeteria, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne could only think of one thing. How to get rid of the bottle necklace as quickly as possible. No, it can't be. It was a pretty good move she made too. The evidence was missing for a long time. But there was one big problem. Although she got him to hide the evidence, Mr. Wright refused to return it to her. I'm gonna call you Soda then. Just cause it's easier. It's like what I've been calling you for a while. To him, the tiny bottle was a cherished treasure. He even showed it to everyone he met.
You mean that's why she tried to kill Mr. Wright?
Correct, Your Honor. It was to retrieve that piece of evidence. That can't be true! Feeny, what a joke you are. The hair flip again. Honestly, how can any woman ever count on you for anything? I even told you time and time again to keep your trap shut about me and that necklace. You disgust me.
Miss Hawthorne!
It appears that we're nearing the end of this trial. Fine, I can tell you plan on making me into a criminal no matter what I say. You are a criminal, Miss Hawthorne. We'll see about that. But first, where's your evidence? It seems your sniveling little crybaby of a client has eaten the bottle as a snack. Hey, old man, are you senile or something? Why don't you say something instead of sitting there with that dumb look on your face?
Miss Hawthorne, what's happened to you?
Are you really that shocked? Or do you prefer me this way, Mr. Judge? With absolutely no proof, you treat a voluntary witness like she's a mass murderer. Well, I have nothing more to say. I'll be heading home now, if you don't mind.
But we're not finished.
Fine. Then ask this assy old hag to finish up already. I can't let her get away this time. Stop, Mia. If you keep on pushing without any evidence, you could pay the ultimate price as a lawyer. The ultimate price?
You'll be forced to take off your attorney's badge forever, I'm afraid.
No! You'd better think it over carefully, Miss Faye. Or should I say, Miss Gray. Wait, no, I'm not trying to load, I'm trying to save.
Well, Miss Faye, can you provide evidence that would establish her guilt once and for all?
If I mess up here, my career as a lawyer is over. But to be honest, at this point, I don't have any evidence that's well-founded. Even so, I'd rather lose my attorney's badge than let her get away with murder. Your Honor, the defense would like to present proof. Impossible! You can't possibly! Stupid woman.
It is the opinion of the court that there has already been enough discussion. Therefore, I will only allow one piece of evidence to be presented.
Just one?
If you are unable to establish her guilt, then I am afraid a very harsh verdict will immediately be handed down on Mr. Wright.
I understand, Your Honor. I can just imagine the headlines for tomorrow's newspaper. Up-and-coming lawyer plummets to earth before she gets the chance to soar. Was she planning to poison Mr. Wright? If that's the case, then the poison was probably in there.
Well then, Miss Faye, please present your evidence. Show to this court how irrefutable proof.
Oh, I know how she was gonna do it. She was gonna poison him with Cold Killer X. Here it is, Your Honor. The evidence that will prove her guilt once and for all.
Cold Killer X, Phoenix Wright's beloved cold medicine.
Hee hee hee. Does our rookie defense attorney have a bit of a cold? If I did, I still wouldn't take this cold medicine. After all, it's been poisoned.
What?
Remember what the defendant said in his testimony. But I lost my bottle of it around lunchtime on the day of the accident. I always eat with Dolly. Just the two of us. She was the one who took his bottle of Cold Killer X. Then she poisoned it, knowing that Mr. Wright was going to take some. Sorry about that. Now you're really grasping at straws. After all, it was the victim, Doug Swallow, that was holding the medicine. I would like the court to recall the crime that happened here 8 months ago. Where did Miss Hawthorne hide the evidence?
Huh? What are you talking about?
8 months ago, the poison was hidden in her bottle necklace, which she then gave to someone else for safekeeping. Someone she had accidentally run into in the reading room. My client, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes, that's right. She did the same thing this time as well. After shoving the victim, Mr. Phoenix Wright left the scene of the crime. That is when the murderer, Dahlia Hawthorne, appeared. With her, she was carrying the poisoned bottle of Cold Killer X. This, of course, was so she could carry out her plan to murder Mr. Wright.
I believe she did testify that she was going to meet with the defendant.
Yes, and she heard and saw everything that happened at the scene of the crime, including what the defendant and the victim were arguing about, and cut the electrical cable. That's when she realized, I can't allow Doug Swallow to live. She used the severed electrical cord to silence him forever. Unfortunately for her, this is when the problem occurred. Mr. Wright, who she thought had left the scene, had come back to check on the victim. And on top of that, because of the power outage, some students showed up as well. It's hardly any wonder that she was, as she put it, in a state of panic. Recall that she was carrying that bottle of poison cold medicine. She must have thought, what if they search me like they did 8 months ago? 8 months ago? Yes, she disposed of the evidence exactly the same way she did back then. Alright, go get hydration, go get that water you need. Water, whatever you drink, hydration. Do that. That's very important. She had someone else hold it. In this case, Doug Swallow. We did it. Oh, come now, everyone. Surely you aren't fooled, are you? This stupid woman, she's nothing but a filthy, stinking liar. Right, Mr. Prosecutor? Huh? Yes, that's exactly right. Just pure desperation. Oh, that was quick. Yes, that's exactly right. Just pure desperation. I wonder which one of us is in the desperate. That didn't make sense. So, Miss Hawthorne, this cold medicine, I wonder if you wouldn't mind taking some. Well, Mr. Wright ate that necklace of yours, right? Now it's your turn to prove your innocence. What do you say? If I'm just a filthy, stinking liar, then there's no need to worry. So come on, show us! I dare you to take some of this medicine right now. Mia Fey. Mia Fey. Do you think you've won? Well, do you, Mia Fey? That's just fine. For the time being. Victory is yours. For the time being? Well, I have a very long memory, you know. You and I will meet again. I'm certain of it. Well then, Mr. Judge. I'll see you later too, okay?
Huh? Why, yes.
I'm going to spend a little quality time with the men in blue now. I wish you all the best. Oh my god, she's gonna seduce the officers who're supposed to arrest her. Whew. It's finally all over. I refuse to accept this. The defense hasn't shown a scrap of evidence to support their outrageous claims.
But even so, your witness seems to have accepted it.
I don't care. I'm Winston Payne. I mean John Mulaney. And I don't believe one word that this rookie lawyer has said. Well then, Mr. Payne, let me ask you this. Yes? Would you care to try this cold medicine? What? Just a little earlier, I could have sworn you said... There. It's all right, rookie. For example, I would trust the witness, Miss Hawthorne, with my very life. So, if she's true trustworthy, then I'm sure there possibly couldn't be any poison in here, right? You see, And here comes the backpedal. Come on now, rookie killer. Show this rookie how it's done. How much trust do you really have for this woman? Are you willing to bet your life? My toupee! His toupee! No. His hair is gone.
Mr. Payne, about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Yes, Your Honor, our file papers for her immediate arrest.
Tragic, but not surprising. I knew there was something suspicious about her from the very beginning.
Don't lie, just admit you were wrong.
By the way, Miss Fay,
Yes, Your Honor?
was it just me? Or did you and Dahlia Hawthorne seem to know each other?
Your Honor, whether we did or not has no bearing on this case.
Very well. Mr. Payne.
This can't be happening. It's a nightmare. It's like losing to my daughter. I'm changing his voice because he's bald now. His confidence is gone along with his toupee. Does the defendant have anything further to say? It can't be true. My dear Dolly.
Very well then. I believe I am ready to pass judgment and bring this trial to an end. The court finds the defendant, Phoenix Wright, not guilty!
We won! And I'm gonna eat pineapples.
This court is adjourned! And have Mr. Wright's balls untwisted.
Thank you for everything, Mr. Grossberg. During the verdict, I thought, no, stop! Stop talking about your freaking... Thank you, Mia! Oh, thank you for finally saying stop talking about it. Perhaps it is we veteran lawyers who have lost sight of this. Oh boy, can't wait for that notification. Oh, Mr. Wright, congratulations. Thanks. You know, I was thinking. Go on. The dolly I saw up there on the witness stand, I don't think that was really her. What? Yeah, the dolly I know could never have said those terrible things. Maybe she was like, I don't know, a fake or something. Boy, this poor kid still hasn't got a clue. Oh, but the kid has all the clues he needs, as a matter of fact. He just doesn't realize it yet. You need to forget about her, Mr. Wright, for your own sake. Yeah, you're right. That's probably for the best. Also, you need to relax a bit more. Try to grow up a little. But out of all my friends, everyone says I'm the most grown up. Ugh. What kind of company does this guy keep? Have you met? Oh yeah, you haven't met Larry Butts yet. Because when something smells, it's usually the butts. Right now, I'm studying to become a lawyer myself. That's what you keep saying. But I thought you were in the art department.
Well, yeah, I am. But there's a friend I desperately want to help. And if I hurry, then I should be able to save him in time. I see. Say, Miss Faye? A lawyer is someone who can help people when they're in trouble, right? Mr. Wright, I'm still new at this myself. But I think that's exactly what a lawyer is. Okay, I'm going to do it. I'll study my butt off. I'll become a lawyer for sure. I hope we see each other again someday. Maybe even in court. It's been 5 years since I was acquitted of all charges. I became a lawyer like I planned, and managed to save my friend. But Mia has passed on to a better place. For me, this trial brings up a lot of painful memories. But it also brings up some very precious ones. And memories that I thought would never rise to the surface again. Mia is gone now. But even so, I can hear her in my mind. Phoenix, no matter what, always believe in your client. In a court of law, your greatest weapon is your belief. 5 long years. Something has happened that's made me think back to her words of wisdom. But that is a story for another day.
Yeah, so if you don't know the Ace Attorney lore, which I'm gonna casually drop here. In the first game, during Phoenix's first case, he saves one of his friends from getting accused of murder and sent to jail. Mia is alive during that case, but she gets something from the defendant of that case that, in the second case, is the thing that ends up killing her. It's not the guy who was charged first that kills her, also. But you will sob now. Everyone does. Mia's like the best character in this franchise, and she's not even alive most of the time. Well, she's not technically alive, but she does come back a lot through spirit channeling, which is another thing about this series that happens a lot.
The time is 1 a.m. Beep, 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 beep. Detective, we made it. Whew, what a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Hoo-hoo, you said it, pal. It must have been our rock-solid security system that scared him off.
I always come back. I always come back. I'm gonna edit it, do that now. Oh, let's go. Look at this intense locking sequence. Unlock.
Whoa! Ah! We've been had! Mask to mask. Salutations. Out front!
Better luck next time, gentlemen.
Yo, it's Superman!
Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. Gotta check this. Shall we meet again when the moon next rises? Or something like that. It starts on 731. I don't think we need to memorize the code, frankly. I don't think we'll need that. Why did my mom send me the word bingus like 800 times? I'm gonna put a screenshot of this when I'm editing this, and but I just checked my phone. My mom sent me the word bingus like 4 times. Like, okay, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 times.
She sent the word bingus 9 times. I think my brother got her phone. That's the only way that could have happened. I have my own objectives and want to do thing with it. Oh, I know what to do with that. Oh god. I keep forgetting Maya is a character, and then I need to do a voice for her, but I don't know if I want to do a voice or not, and I don't know if I can do the voice I want to do. Pineapple. Hey, Nick, get a load of this? Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important. What are you freaking out about now? Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Ha! Don't be silly. I'm talking about me and Pearly, of course. Hello. It's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. Pearls! You haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. What's this? Some kind of poster? Third time yapping about thinking you make a little server just a voice act in it. Karine Village. Isn't that... That's right. It's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Ha ha ha, very funny. You can laugh all you want. But you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Karine exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but... the promoter sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? Same Maya, different day. This young lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then... I've been the one who's keeping this law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium, and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? Yeah, she's actually Slim Shady. And this little girl is Pearl Fey, but I usually call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Karine Village is the home of the mysterious Karine channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Karine School's channeling master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. Earth to Nick, how long are you going to make us two gorgeous women like us wait? Yes, Mr. Nick. I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't get a choice here. Might as well head on out. There's your exhibit poster added to the court record. Lordly Taylor. The city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can even make the cheapest junk look great. Here, microwave, that means milk, milk means sleep. What? Soda, what?
Huh? How does a microwave have anything to do with sleep? I don't... Don't blame me. I still drink. Okay, you know what? That's fair. Like how people who don't make art criticize it. It's hilarious. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, they even have the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fey Manor storeroom. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick. The person in charge of this exhibition is waiting in the basement warehouse. Alright, I guess we should go and say hello. Oh, time for my favorite part of this game. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 Ways to Save Money. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Pearly? Oh. Oh, I'm supposed to do her voice. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I bet it would really take your breath away. Alright, good night. Okay, let's see here. We got a little... Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it. Ah, it's so cute. It's a little diorama of Karine Village. Yeah, look at that. But somehow, that seems to reek of dreariness. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. It even says Fey Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. They might get mad. You said something was famous. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are these really treasures too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Yeah, well, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. I think I remember this old folding screen here. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence in that murder case that happened in Karine Village. This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The 6-leaf Karine Sacred Writings folding screen. If it's so secret, why is the most prominent thing in the exhibit? Okay, I think now we get to move to the basement warehouse. October 11th. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, alright. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. Eek, a monster. You were right. A monster? Adrian! Holy sh... I wasn't expecting to see her here. You. I know you. Nice to see you again too, little miss. Ah! Hello! Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. I'm in charge of promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh,
Nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. So this is the warehouse. Really valuable exhibit items are stored away in here. This computer looks like it's hooked up to the security camera above. And that means what? The camera is set to take a photo of anyone that goes in or out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff. It looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is the burr. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Why would anyone write hamburger on a sign that big? Maybe like for World Hamburger Festival or something. I kinda doubt it. Aha! I've got it! Maybe it said spaghetti. Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could be spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said Spaghetti Festival. What do you think? Okay to me. Besides, spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. It's time. The legendary debate. Look, a ladder! That's a stepladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. Why do I feel like we've had this exact conversation before somewhere? Love the step ladder, it's my favorite. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Really? Let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear that, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? Mystic Maya! Take a look next to the door! That's Mystic Ami's. Yes, that's the statue of the woman who invented the Karine channeling technique, Ami Faye. This statue was on loan from one of the training halls of the Frey branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. What is that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me, how should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen this statue. That thing is the Karine Shishitsu. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Aw, phooey. I wanted to cut something. What are you eyeing me for? It says Organi. No, it doesn't, Nick. It says organize. You just can't see the last two letters. Yeah, I guess no one else could read it either, because this place is a mess. Yeah, you must feel right at home, huh? No clues here. It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up, that's all. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll needle Pearls further. Mr. Wright was there for when Mr. Wright was there for me when I really needed help. It was something that happened 7 months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai case? Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did that escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews, if it wasn't for us... No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful. Wow, that's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling a huge exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Lordly Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums! Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course it is. After all, there are priceless treasures here. The security guards are all really highly trained as well. That sounds good. So what is it with that face she's making? Oh, look! It's already 8 o'clock. Have you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Ooh, I like the sound of that. Dine. It sounds so fancy. I have the kids' lunch. Haha, Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. Haha. Shall we head upstairs then? After that pleasant evening, all that remained was to wait for the exhibit's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews seeming all happy. None of us could have imagined that the very next day something terrible would happen. Nick, something's terrible is happening. What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on clues found at the scene, authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned Phantom Thief. Love getting interrupted. Anyways, that they believe it was the work of the renowned Phantom Thief, Master Mask. Master Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lordly Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by the Phantom Thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure? Lordly Taylor, you don't think... Yes! Now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Master Mask. Our most valuable treasure. The Quran Sacred Urn was stolen. What? Refresh my memory a little. What's this Sacred Urn? It's only the most important treasure in Quran Village, that's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely, the soul of Mystic Ami, the founder of the Quran channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Ah, yes, that's right. Hold up. I thought the urn had the name Ami written on it. Now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Huh? Well... there are some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Quran Village, Maya's hometown. The Sacred Urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's see what's next. What's wrong with you, Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean, Mr. Nick? Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasure has been stolen. Doesn't that even bother you? I thought the urn was the village's treasure, so I don't see how... The village is Mystic Maya. She's the future master of the Quran School of Channeling. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't. Okay, I do. So, what am I supposed to do about it? Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah! And get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective. I'm a lawyer. That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. Man, oh man. There's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. So what's the name of this bad guy again? Master Mask, Nick. Make a note of it. Master Mask. Ah, it was terrible. I was arrested and everything. 1 year ago, the murder in Karine Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings. And this urn wound up being the key piece of evidence that proved her innocence. Mr. Nick? Would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn? Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. This urn used to say Ami on it. Until Pearls accidentally broke it into a million pieces. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not good at arts and crafts. Spelling either. Anyways, this is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces back together wrong, and instead of Ami, it says I am. Can't believe no one's noticed this until now, a whole year later. I can't believe it myself. And Maya was just sitting there listening to it. You know what we gotta do, we gotta... So, what do you think about this? What about it, Pearly? I'm not certain. What do you think, Mr. Nick? Maybe 3 heads aren't better than 1. Oh hey, it's my Magatama. So, what do you think, Nick? It's pretty neat, isn't it? Sure is. Being able to peek into people's mind is definitely a nice advantage. What? How do you do that? What do you mean? You gave me this thing. Well, I knew Pearly put some sort of spiritual power into it, but I had no idea that it let you do something as cool as that. Some future leader you are. Next time you use it, let me know, okay? I want to see in people's minds too. Okay, time to move. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything has been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal! Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again! It's you! And I'm the one who should be saying not again. Why is it that every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Hey, I asked you first. Why are you here Alright, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Right worth, more like right shoe. Sure, I'll ship it. Why not? Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try to remember to get it right. And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick. Yeah, good to see you again too, huh? We're gonna be calling him Dick the entire time. Fitting, because he kind of is one. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened? Oh, you're trying to remember my name. Not a girl. It's just Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn. I know about that. Oh. Well, the criminal's name is Master Mask. I know about that too. Detective, can you tell us something other than that? Well, I guess I sorta kinda owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night at around 1:30 in the morning. How exactly do you know that? We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the crime scene. He said the urn was just stolen.
The scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. That urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy! It's all his fault that the thief got away, pal. He solves one case and gets swelled-headed, thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace detective? Hey, Detective Gumshoe, about this mask to mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Mask to mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears as a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear unknown to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true master mask.
So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. His last If Lordly Table had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So why do you call him an ace detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So, what's he like?
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow, that's impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as they say. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men on a stakeout. But none of us has ever gotten as much of a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief.
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime now, looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? So what's this calling card?
Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's Master Mask's signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards got it on them.
They didn't mention that on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
Calling card added to the court record. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe someday you'll have your own copycats.
Thanks, I guess.
Didn't we already go through that, though? I'm pretty sure that already happened. Someone tried to imitate the famous Phoenix Wright. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air-conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos! Huh? What the heck does that mean? I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please make yourselves at home. Who are you anyway? Shh! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What do you see?
Zavari!
The truth has been revealed elegantly. A lawyer and a spirit medium. Neither very advanced at their trade. Am I wrong? Yikes, that's scary. How did you know that? How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that how is nothing but a question of why. I am a traveler of both time and space, a swimmer of dreams. What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. The name is at me. Look at me. Ace Detective. Oh, hi. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. We got it. We got the title drop. We can end the video now.
He's the ace attorney, everybody. I don't have any more pineapples. Damn. I did have coffee, though.
My Faye, an ace spirit medium. And I'm Pearl Faye. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and, spirit medium ace apprentice. Excellent! Well then, shall we begin our little game? Game? Why does the phrase one short of a Baker's dozen come to mind with this guy? Baker's dozen. So are you really as famous as you say? Of course. For a lawyer, you have rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in this city that had not heard of me. Look at me! I am Master Mass, arch nemesis, the ace detective. Look at me! At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom grand. At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious forces of darkness, the other, the angelic cherubs of light. Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick? I have been personally on my heels. I have personally been on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning this criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I even returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Megina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from Master Mask with my brawny brain and brilliant muscles. Yeah, they mentioned it on the news and Great People Around Town segment. They said the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward. Well, compared to the treasure I retrieved for them, it's not much. So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask. And keep it simple, please. Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? Last night I was here in the bowels of this store. We were locked in the most glorious battle. I see. Huh? Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lordly Taylor? Naturally, wherever Master Mask goes, you will find at me, laying out his elegant traps. Elegant traps? More like Master Mask. More like Damask out and glanced you and made a beautiful getaway. But this time, I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory. I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night? But of course, after all, I should say there will be no... This voice is great. I love the voice I'm doing for At Me, but like it is so hard to speak in it for some reason. But of course, after all, I say there should be no secrets between aces. Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. I first received the request for my service 20 days ago. And it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card. Huh? You were hired before the calling card even arrived? Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough. That's Adrian for ya. A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized. A calling card arrived, right? Yes, so ace detective I am. I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse and waited for him alone. Alone? But why? Why didn't you go to the police for help? Ridiculous! Why would I seek such help from a singularly useless group of nincompoops? You've got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let Master Mask get away. I always operate alone and concealed, out of the sight of others. Concealed? Precisely. Even the guards on duty here were unaware of my presence. To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my original own proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night. As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared. But that's impossible! How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, Sir Lawyer. If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here. For someone who seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. So you're saying that even though one came through... So you're saying that even though on one came through those... Even though on one... came through those doors last night, our precious urn still have somehow... Oh, it's a typo! Oh, shit! I didn't even realize that. That's just not possible. No, it's Stop. It's examine time. Tisk! Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such crude behavior. Huh? What do you mean? This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is the canvas which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atme, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs. Could you translate that for me, Nick? I think he pretty much said, don't touch anything, amateurs. If there's anything you wish to know, you have but to ask Atme. I know everything there is about my rival Master Mask. What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only a real crime buff would know? I think I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful. I have no interest save that of finding evidence against my arch rival. Nah, it's okay. Nick is just a bit of a piddling evidence hog. That's his style. A piddling evidence hog, you say? In that case, I'd simply be wasting my breath. Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Maya. Why couldn't you said I was a rival and not a piddling evidence hog? Hold on. Master Mask's calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right? Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival. I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer, an ace spirit medium, and an ace cousin apprentice here. Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals. I don't know if I really want this guy to like us ever. Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you are too pursuing the mysterious thief. Well, I'm not sure I would... That's right! We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what we have to do. Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere. If perchance you should discover something of value, then return to my office. My Office of Earthly Delights, the Atme Detective Agency. Office of Earthly Delights? Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do. Wait a minute! He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on now, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's no big deal. Let's just hurry and investigate before he changes his mind. Alright. I think I'm going to end it off here. We got ourselves a new case and a new cast of characters. But we're still to meet new ones. So until next time, well, remember to drink water and stay safe out there. Oh boy.